Did Meghan, Prince Harry, and Oprah act in their interview? That's what we're going to talk about and a whole bunch more next. Welcome back to the More Channel, Shakers. Derek Van Shake here. This is a moron video of the Prince Harry, Meghan Markle Oprah interview. As you all know, we did 2 consecutive body language reads about this interview on my main channel. We called out some royal secrets, some truths, and some lies in those 2 videos. What we typically do in these moron videos is talk more about the topic, more body language. I give more of my opinion on things, and I also ask for you to put your opinion in the comments below. These moron videos on this More channel are more reactionary on the topic. I also read and react to some of your comments. At this point, the Prince Harry, Meghan Markle Oprah interview is getting kind of old. So what we're going to do instead is just go right to your comments and start reacting to them. So now, let's get started. Aurora Demascato writes, first thing I thought when I saw the Meghan Markle Oprah interview, I hope Derek makes a video about this. Yeah, we typically focus more on the criminal side of things because with this one, a lot of you asked me to look at this interview. I put it on my radar. And that's why it's really important for you all to tell me what you want to see. I'm not always able to make the video, and it could be for a lot of reasons. Timing, it could be that it just doesn't fit within the channel, then my channel direction that I really see it going. It could be monetization reasons, because if you say the wrong word or even just one thing wrong, all of a sudden you get demonetized and you could easily be then shadow banned. Fortunately, it's not as simple as, oh yeah, I see the footage, I'll just pull out the camera and just record some things and tell you what I see. But when you all give me a heads up and it's something that you really want to see, I make a note of that and I actually put it in my phone, in my notes app, where I have all the running list of everything that you guys suggest. And if I keep on hearing it come up that I should do a video on it, then I'll look more into it to see if I should do a video on it. So definitely keep letting me know on Twitter and on Instagram what videos you want to be seeing. So if you're not already following me on Instagram and Twitter, you may want to do that. So when video topic ideas come up and you want them to come to my attention, you can write the ideas in my comments on Instagram and Twitter. Fraser T writes, the hilarity of the fact that Oprah literally and famously has over 30 mansions and they couldn't do an interview at any of them is arresting. Yeah, isn't that ridiculous that they actually had to use a friend's house, which, you know, it seemed like it was cute, nice, but it didn't seem very palatial.
We were using a friend's house because they had a very nice,
beautiful
pergola.
But it makes sense, right? That was probably the issue. Oprah's houses were looking too nice, and they needed something to be a little toned down, a little more cutesy and homey, and not so palatial. None of your business writes, it's so hard being rich and famous. The piles of money I sleep on make my back hurt at night. And royal wealth is always a very curious topic, you know? If we think about it, how did the royals get so wealthy, right? The answer is pretty simple, is that they stole it from people. That's pretty much what happened. With wars, atrocities, indentured servants, and slavery, they stole it. If we want to be real about things, we gotta say it. It was stolen. It wasn't because of hard work, being creative, and providing a civic good. Let's be real. Royal wealth was accumulated from generations ago from atrocities and war, basically stealing from other people and other countries and other groups of people. Let's not make a fake facade here pretending it's something else than what it really is. Let's be real about how that all happened generations ago. And we don't even need to go back hundreds of years here. Go back to colonialism, which basically started to end in the 50s and 60s. I don't know if you know about British colonialism, but it's not so nice of a history for the people that were the target. The United States was a colony of the British Empire. We in the United States fought back and fought fairly quickly and got our independence. But Great Britain, for centuries after the United States got our independence, was colonizing basically the rest of the world, creating the British Royal Empire, basically where Britain would control and tax all of those countries across the entire world, a lot of African countries too. That's why the Queen of England is also the Queen of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and some places too. It's because they are still remnants of British colonies. That was a little bit of a tangent. Karen Meme writes, I demand to see the manager of this channel because we need daily videos from @Derek Van Shake. As some of you on this More channel know, I have 5 channels. The reason why we have 5 channels is to be able to separate all the things that I do put out so that you can subscribe to the exact content that you want to see. My ultimate goal for you all is to post 1 video on each of those 5 channels every week. So in other words, you can watch up to 5 videos a week from me. We're still ramping things up, but that's the goal. Ben P writes, remember, Meghan is an actor. She 100% would have prepared and scripted the whole thing. from Oprah to body language. But here's the thing. If she did, she would have to be a pretty darn good actor. And maybe she is that good of an actor, where she could be on the whole time and not be like an Amber Heard. We all saw how that went for her. See what happened? She got caught up thinking too much of the right emotion to use, that she forgot what she was supposed to say, causing her to fall out of character for a second. Yancy Neola writes, she studied the family. She wore black sleeves to mimic Lady Di's interview.
But were you flattered by the media attention particularly?
No, not particularly.
I don't remember Lady Di's interview. I know that Meghan mentioned Lady Di's interview.
My mom even said to me a couple months ago, did Diana ever do an interview? Now I can say, yes, a very famous one.
Now let's read the comments on the second video that we put out on the main channel when Harry joins Meghan in the Oprah interview. Debo1982 writes, me happily married for 17 years, mindlessly twirling my wedding rings while watching the breakdown. In that video, pretty early on, I mentioned how Harry is tugging and moving his wedding ring up and down, up and down. Seems like he's kind of uncertain about the marriage, like he wants the wedding ring on or off. I don't know if it should be on or off. Of course, this does not mean that you're going to get divorced, and he is very uncertain about the marriage, and he doesn't know if he should leave her or stay or anything like that. That's not what I said. What I did say is that typically if someone does this, and they don't normally do this at all, and they're talking about marriage now, and they're doing this on and off, then it's on their mind, and it's possible that this is what they're thinking about. Should the wedding ring be on or off? I didn't look at every single interview Harry has ever done, if he plays with his rings or any ring that's on his finger. If he does play with his ring more often, and it's not just in this interview when he's talking about his marriage with Meghan and how he had to basically choose between Meghan and his British royal family, then it's an issue. But again, I don't know his habits. I don't follow him or stalk him. I'm not a royal watcher or anything like that. It could very well be just a tick that he has when he gets nervous in soothing self-comfort of touching and, kind of in a way of massaging his finger, kind of with the ring going up and down on his finger. We have to do a lot more research, and you have to basically spy on him when he's like having some tense moments. Is he doing this? Whatever moments and conversations that don't involve his marriage and he's doing this, then this is just a nervous tick that he does. Right? Anxious Blobfish writes, that high-pitched squeal Oprah did when Harry said it's a girl absolutely freaked my cat all the way out. She makes these songs out of things when she's excited. I don't know if you ever noticed, but it's actually true. She sings everything. She got overly excited for it to be a girl.
It's a girl.
Okay, but does that mean that she wouldn't be very excited if it was a boy? Reality is that probably not, which makes me think, yeah, the middle of three boys. You know what that means? That when my mom said that, oh, I'm having another boy, they were like, oh, wow, that's so great. As opposed to if it being a girl, oh, I'm so much more happy for you. Such a great entrance into this world, right? People weren't very excited for my birth, but that's just a fact. The firstborn, they don't really care whether it's a boy or a girl. But the second-born, it seems like then you want the girl if you got a boy. But maybe it's the same way if you had all girls. So if you started with a girl, you may want a boy next. I don't know. I'm not one to ask. I don't have kids. Annie B writes, the most shocking thing was probably referring to The Crown as a documentary. And you may be saying, wait a second, Derek, you're laughing at that. You're the one who said it. Surely because it will make them come across as very self-absorbed, that they want to watch a Netflix, I think it's a documentary. I know, I said it. I said that The Crown was a documentary. I didn't know what The Crown was, okay? They didn't want to appear quite full of themselves, that they're watching a documentary on themselves. In the brief clip that they showed of Charles and Diana going to Australia, it seemed to be real-life footage of Charles and Diana that they showed in the Oprah interview. Believe it or not, I'm not addicted to Netflix. I usually just make videos, so I really rely on you all. I literally watched the first 2 episodes. When I saw that comment come up, I was like, oh no. And yeah, when I was editing the video and I put in that preview of The Crown in there as like B-roll, I already said that it was a documentary. So I already said it. And I was like, oh, well, it might be a documentary. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Whatever. I just need to get this video out. Documentary. I feel like singing that song, I'm Not a Perfect Person. Who sang that song is like Sum 41 or Blink 182.
Pardon me, Mr. Perfect! I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake!
Suspect 13 writes, Harry looks like he wants to run back to the castle. Yes, he was very anxious, very nervous, very uncomfortable, giving himself a lot of self-comfort, which makes you think, whose idea was this interview? Was it Harry's or was it Meghan's? I would be willing to bet it was Meghan's idea to do this interview to clear her name type of thing. Fed me to the lions of, tabloids, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm going to tell my side of things. And maybe this is what that was. If I take this ring off, then guess what? I get to go back to my family and get all my family back. Again, we don't know. We need more information. I'm just speculating. So that's all we got. Down in the comments, what do you think of the Meghan and Harry Oprah interviews? Let everyone know in the comments below. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now because we don't want you to miss out on new, more on videos from body language and investigative videos on my main channel. I'll see you at the top.